In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the Extrude tool and its functions in AutoCAD 3D. So first, when you open AutoCAD, you want to change to 3D modeling in the settings tab in the bottom right. Once you've done that, go to the View tab, and where it says Unsaved View, you want to change that to Southeast Isometric and change 2D wireframe to Shaded with Edges. Okay, so the first step is just to draw a simple shape. So I'll draw a rectangle, and once you have your shape, hit the Extrude tool, select your object, hit the spacebar, and then specify height or direction and direction of your object. And there you have a basic extruded object. So another thing you can do is extrude with a tapered angle. So to do this, draw your simple shape, do another rectangle, then you hit the Extrude tool, select your object, and in the command bar there are different options. Select taper angle. I'll give it an angle of 10 degrees, then specify the height and direction, and there you have an object with a tapered angle. Another thing you can do with this tool is extrude in a direction. So first you want to draw your simple shape, do another rectangle, and hit the Extrude tool, select your object, and hit direction. You need to specify a direction that is perpendicular to the surface you drew, or else this won't work. You can do this with a pre-established object, such as this on the right side. This is perpendicular, so select the start and the end point, and there you'll have extruded along that direction. Another way you can do this is to first draw your shape, then change the coordinates to the right view, the YZ plane. Select line and just draw a simple line in space, hit enter. Now you can hit the Extrude tool, select the object you want to extrude, hit the space bar, and then select direction. Now click the beginning and the end of the line you drew, and there the object will be extruded in that direction. You can also combine the direction and tapered angle functions. So to do this, first draw your shape, but you need to change to the bottom view first. Okay, so draw your rectangle in the bottom view. Once you've done that, hit the Extrude tool, click direction, hit the space bar, click tapered angle, we'll say 5 degrees, then hit direction, and you can change the coordinates to the right view. Now just specify direction, beginning and end, and there you'll have extruded in a direction with a tapered angle. Another thing you can do is extrude along a path. So to do this, you want to just draw a simple path. So do that in the right view. So you can just draw 2 lines, for example. There you have a simple path, and you want to join these 2 lines together to create one object. So just select both objects, and in the Modify tab, click down on the drop down and hit Join. Now, as you can see, we'll have one object. If you want this to be a smooth path, you can fillet this edge. So to do that, just select the object, hit the fillet tool in the Modify tab. In the command bar, you want to hit radius, for example. Then you just specify the radius you want your curve to have, and select the first object and the second, and there you'll have a rounded corner. Now you just want to switch the coordinates to the top view and draw a simple shape at the bottom of your path. So I'll draw a rectangle, specify the bottom of the path, draw your shape, and then you just want to hit the Extrude tool, select your object, and in the command bar, hit path. Now you just select the path you created, and there you'll have an object that is extruded along that path, and it accounts for the curve that you created. If you don't want to see your objects extruded as a solid, you can also extrude them in surface view. So to do this, just draw your shape and hit the extrude tool, and in the command bar, click mode, and then click surface. Now you can select your object, and once you've extruded it, you can see that it is no longer a solid, but it is in surface view. This is especially helpful in the design of things like buildings or houses. I'm also going to show you how to use two tools very similar to the extrude tool that are also very useful. The first one is the revolve tool. So first thing I'm going to do is in the right view, just draw a rectangle. And once I've done that, go to the drop-down menu where you find the extrude tool and select revolve. Then you just select your object, and it'll ask you to specify an axis you want to revolve around. So I'll just click here and here, and as you can see, I can now revolve a shape around that axis. If you type in 360 degrees, you now have a solid cylinder. This is very useful if you're designing something like a column and you want to place a bunch in your design. The next tool is the sweep tool. So the first thing to do is create a simple path that you want to sweep your shape along. So in the right view, I'll just draw a path with some lines. And as you did earlier in the video, we want to modify these to create one object. So use the join tool in the modify tab. Next, we need to create a shape at the bottom of our path. So I will switch from the right view to the top view, and I will put a circle at the bottom of that path. So next, go to where you found the revolve tool, select the sweep tool, and now you select the object you want to sweep and the path you want to sweep it along. As you can see, we now have a circle that was swept along the path that we drew. So this is essentially like the basic extrude tool, but along a specified path, which is very useful. So those are all the basic functions of the extrude tool and how to use the revolve and sweep tool. And I hope you found this video helpful.